Good afternoon and welcome to our weekly women's volleyball press conference. We will start the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Tyler Hildebrand. Then we'll open it up to questions for coach from the media.
Thanks, Lindy. Another good weekend. It was great to be home in front of our home crowd again and get 2 straight set victories. And obviously we dealt with having to play someone that hasn't played any matches for us yet, Livy, and she was unbelievable. So she had an unbelievable first night, and then she played even better the next night. So really proud of her and really proud of our team for rallying around her. And like I've been saying all year, we have a lot of depth on this team, and we have 23 girls on the team, and we train not just the players that are maybe playing that week, but like today, we spent 45 minutes after some of our starters got rest and rehab. They're doing yoga now. We were able to train, the rest of the players that maybe don't always get as much playing time. So that's a sign our staff's done a good job at that. And but primarily just really proud of Livy for stepping up when this team really needed her to. And we played well again, and we knew that Bakersfield and CSUN were going to have some confidence, and you really saw it in CSUN in the first couple sets. They were serving great again and playing free. That team plays good against us for some reason. So it was good that we had a couple comebacks against Northridge, I think, in the first and the second to win and get done 3-0, 3-0. And we had a light day today and getting ready for obviously a big road weekend.
Coach, now that you've got all your home matchups out of the way, your last 4 games are on the road, and 3 of those teams are against some pretty darn good opponents. And then UC San Diego obviously has pretty much nothing to lose at this point. What's it going to take down those teams now that you're going to be playing them in their gym as opposed to be playing them at the Pyramid?
Yeah, we got to keep trying to find a way to play our style of volleyball and play well on the road. We for some reason have a really good feel here, and I think mostly that's our fans and our comfort with our whole team being with us. So we've gotten a lot better at that over the last month or so of playing on the road. So we have to, 1, do that, and 2, Santa Barbara is now back up into the, I think, low 30s in RPI, and they've had a great season. They're 23-3 or 22-3, I think, on the year. So, and Cal Poly is just beat Hawaii last week, but San Diego's won 6 in a row, and they do have a lot to play for now that we have a tournament because I don't know exactly. I think they're 5th or 6th right now in the conference after winning 6 in a row. So they're going to be tough down there, and I think and hope that the Stan Sheriff Center in 2 weeks will be pretty full and packed, and that'll be a big match for the final regular season match. But so we have, like you said, the top 4 teams record-wise in the conference. We're playing 3 of them away, and then San Diego's won 6 in a row. So it's going to be a really tough 2 weeks.
Coach, if you could give maybe an update on some of the players that we weren't able to see this past weekend, but also if you could encompass the last week, maybe emotionally for the team, how they were able to kind of get through that adversity.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out with Natalie and Mo. We don't have any answers yet. We're hoping to get Natalie back pretty soon, so our hope is that she'll be playing this weekend, but we don't know. And Mo will not be playing this weekend, and we'll know more once we get more information from the doctor on her. So anyway, but yeah, I've not dealt with as a player, as an assistant coach, out on the beach. I've never dealt with a season like this. Last year we had virtually no injuries. We're extremely safe. Chrissy, our trainer, is amazing. Our weight coach is amazing. Dr. Block is amazing, who helps us. Our Dr. Snodgrass is one of the best doctors I've ever worked with. We have a great system, I think, around our players. And like I said, last year we had really nothing. We had a couple random acute things that are always going to happen, like more like Abby's, you can't really avoid some of that. But, yeah, we just didn't have injuries in this year. So we've been looking at it, and it's been extremely challenging from not just an availability to play in matches, but even more so practice, people training and practicing. Emotionally, last week was very tough for me in particular, because I'm very conservative as a coach. If you're in pain, we don't ever push you, and we want you to have a strong mindset that there's a difference between being hurt and injured. But yeah, if Chrissy says we want to limit someone, okay, we limit them, And so this year has been challenging for us and for me, because I feel a responsibility to have our girls be healthy and to provide a safe environment for them to play and to get better and get stronger as the season goes along. And yeah, I mean we've had maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks of a full group healthy, and every other week we've had multiple people that were either limited or out. So we're getting good at dealing with it, and Livy was great, and the team rallied around her. So, and our team hasn't made excuses, and I'm not making excuses. And we've been able to handle it really well. But we're going to do our best to find a way to end this journey, being as healthy as we possibly can in the next couple of weeks.
Despite all the adversity your team has had to go through, and you've had to go through, you're pretty much second in the Big West Conference. You're 1 game back of Santa Barbara. I think you're nearing last year's win total. How have you all been able to overcome this adversity, and what has been like the key to overcoming it?
Well, I mean, we're all learning. We're all training really hard. We have a very deep gym, so the depth of our team has been really, really valuable. The depth of amount of players that we have, but also they're all learning at a really high rate. And just over the last couple months, I mean, I think we've been getting steadily better since January of 2022. But over the last 6 to 8 weeks, we've started to see the entire gym learning a lot of the things that we want to train, offensively, blocking, defensively, serving. So, again, we're a great passing team. We have a lot of great passers, not just the couple people that pass. So it's nice. It's nice when you can sub people in and they can be, we train in a way where a lot of people get a lot of reps and we're all working on the same stuff. And so it's really nice to have not just the depth, but the learning happening through our depth. Because sometimes you might have a lot of players or some good players, but the players that aren't playing as much aren't as engaged in the learning of the difficult systems that we run, and this group has been. And so I think that primarily it's the depth. Outside of injuries, we haven't had much adversity. So,
Coach, following senior night, of course, the seniors were able to talk about the match after, but one of the seniors probably had her best, I believe, offensive match of the season, Hannah Lisiak, who has had to step in now as one of the outside hitters. She says she was basically getting into, figuring out, getting back into what she was learning in this system and being ready and being ready for the fast system, of course, that she's had to learn this year, right? But how much have you seen from her to develop this year, and just 1 year, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're fortunate that Hannah played for Northwestern, who does run a pretty fast offense, and they actually, I coached in Nebraska probably 4 or 5 matches against Hannah when we would play them over 3 seasons, and so she ran actually a faster set than the rest of the team at Northwestern. So, she's had to learn a lot about, in my opinion, how you, as an attacker, create, manage, and adjust in a fast system. But fortunately, unlike a Morgan last year who had never run a fast set, at least she's used to the fast set. What to do with the fast set has been a learning process, which I think she's handled really well and been very open and a great learner, and she's bought in. Yeah, we're really lucky that we do have Hannah, to step in, and JJ is getting healthy now, so JJ's naturally a great learner, but naturally fits our style of volleyball. So we have confidence in both of them, and we're managing Elise. Elise has been not injured, but sore a lot all year, and so. But yeah, what a great year she's having. So it's great to have Hannah, confident. Again, it's obviously just heartbreaking to lose Abby, but Abby's been a great teammate to everyone and a great supporter with Hannah, filling that role, and she'll continue to be. And we're excited. We're excited about Hannah finishing out her senior year and having an opportunity here to playing at least 5 big matches and hopefully 5, 6, 7 or more matches. So.
And then looking at UC Santa Barbara in the matchup at their place, they did a great job of serving and keeping the ball away from Zaina Meyer. What's it going to have you all been practicing that and making sure that you're ready for their tough serving and making sure that you get the ball to Zaina so she can get the ball to the top hitters?
Yeah, Santa Barbara is a great serving team, as you mentioned, Taryn. We got a lot of respect for everything they do. They're obviously a great offensive team, and they run a fast offense. So, and they've been the number 1 blocking team, I think, for the last number of years. Certainly last year, and certainly this year. So, they have a lot of girls that can jump really well, which makes their offense tough, but also makes their blocking tough because although they're not super tall, they're very physical. The most physical blocking team and trained blocking team, I think, in our conference. So we have a lot of respect for everything that they do. But a couple things are not super different. So we run fast, they run fast. So that's not a big system adjustment. Them being in a 6-2 is obviously different, but it's just a redo of the first 3 rows. So I think that's something that allows us not to have to change something in our scouting prep, is that they go fast. We lead the conference in aces. I think we're as good as any serving team in the conference, and so some of the stats, or most of the stats, back that up. So we're also a very tough serving team, so we don't have to try to have our practice players or Bjarn or Anthony heated up on a float serve, because we are, like I said, we're number 1 in aces, and we're number 1 in not getting aced. So in the conference, which that's a great stat when it comes to serve and pass. And Big West sent the stats earlier today, Lindy, which was great. So we have all those updated stats. So in those 2 areas, were 2 of Santa Barbara's strong areas. We're not going to do a ton of different stuff because we do that in our gym. But dealing with their block size is something we're gonna have to train against. They do go 3-man sometimes out of system, so we'll have our Bjarn and Anthony, our practice players, doing that blocking physically and going 3 a little bit. We'll probably do some out of system 2-man or 3-man drills so they can feel and recognize when that third person's there and what to do about it. But Santa Barbara's 23-3. They're good at every part of the game, and they're tough at home. They're 8-0 at home, so it's going to be a tough challenge, and we're excited. We thought that if we had 2 more points or 4 more points, we were going to call it. Back here, we win in 4. The 2 sets we lost were 23-25, and we didn't think we played very well in that match. So it's going to be a super challenging match. Then we have to turn around and play Cal Poly, who's playing better than they were at the beginning of the year. So,
thank you, Coach.
Well.